Oh well. Tender boxes. Box. Singular. Oh, we found the metal guys. For real this time. He apparently kills me by looking at me.
9th of August, 1839. I can't stop sweating and shaking. The warding ritual was not something of a sane mind. I did not even realize the dungeon was still in use. Alexander had his servants bring one of the prisoners, a murderer, he told me. Alexander made all the arrangements, but he said I had to perform the ritual in order to have the right effect. The shadow could be led astray by the blood of another. Killing the man would provide us precious time. What else could I do? Alexander said it had to be done. He is saving my life. I don't have the luxury of argument.
Something's wrong with the machinery. Something's still wrong with the machinery. Is this a hub? Gotta pretend it is. Till something proves me otherwise. That looks important. I don't want to go down yet. That was just a tinderbox. Just or don't move. That one had broken things, but leave the door open. Sanity's doing well. That's a first.
Agrippa, I need you to stay awake. Can you feel the syringe?
No, I can't feel anything. Alexander?
Yes.
Soon, I won't even be able to move, will I?
Your life is safe.
I don't doubt that. But will it be worth living?
Laboratorium. Oh, hi. You seem to maybe be alive? Well, this is annoying. I'll take it. How many spikes? Hi there. You gonna scream at me?
Who's the switch? Thank you. You have my gratitude. My name is Agrippa. Whom are you with? Daniel? Like the prophet thrown into the lion's den? Tell me, are you among the lions, Daniel? You want to stop Alexander?
I mean, kinda.
Oh my, so Babylon shall fall, you say? You hurry too much. Alexander is toothless without an arm. He has one. That's not very promising at all. The sanctum is basically impenetrable. But guess why more? It could be breached by another, but Alexander broke his, my oath, a long time ago. Really? Well, if you tell the truth, by all means, seek out the pieces of the broken oath and mend away. I believe he uses them for torture now. They practically leak madness, which is quite useful, I understand. There should be 6 of them. Look around the choir and
6.
them. You should be able to find them there.
6 collectibles. Oh. This is a fun little room. A chancel. Crying ghost, it seems. I have opened your door, be free, ghost. So you could have totally gone through the bars.
I know this. I've been here already. I know this taste. A taste of Damascus rose obfuscating the truth in a dim haze. They may sweep the traces from my memory, but my body remembers. These cuts speak volumes, even though my mind remains silent. They will be back. Oh, they will be back.
Mate. Meat on bone. Okay, well we have an anime dinner. Gotcha. And sell.
I hate to bother you further, but
What's up?
if you're really going after Alexander, would you consider taking me with you? I know it sounds ridiculous. I mean, look at me. But if you find anything concerning a man named Johann Reim, would you please bring it to me? I believe he was working on a way to heaven. A recipe for some sort of potion. A tonic to free me from this husk of mine.
I mean, if I see anything, sure. Odds are you'll just end up doing whatever it is that Alexander's trying to do anyway. So, why not? Make the assumption that playing with that gear moves the furniture, or made it to where these things over here would work. You should open those 2 doors, right? The ladder broke during the ascent. Didn't mean to click it anyway, but good to know.
Daniel, you have gone too far. I have to stop you. I can't let you proceed any further. I'm sorry, my friend.
As if I'm proceeding. I am clumsily blundering around in the darkness. If that's enough to stop you, then you've done a shit job of defending yourself.
Was there something else? You got the doors open? Good going. I knew you could do it.
Thanks. Yes.
Who, me? I'm Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa. I was once quite important, you know. Baron Alexander has sustained my soul in this dead husk for years. Who knows how many? Hundreds, I presume.
You have anything else to say? No? Okay. So then to the this way, there's an obnoxious amount of room for a fucking fast travel point. Wait. Yes. I don't know why, but this feels right. Going fishing. Now I have mucus. I don't know why. Transept.
Was there something else?
What do you want?
Alexander is quite impressive in many ways, but he has grown impatient.
Okay. Gotcha. It feels like it's in-gamey time. I should be able to use all my things. And not feel too bad, right? In court, the Order of the Black Eagle spew their politics at each other while I sit quietly in place, willfully forgotten. Once in a while someone will notice me and lose themselves in a silent cower before regaining their senses. They all know I am the one and same Alexander who helped their fathers and grandfathers to found this great order. I've seen them take their fathers' places, and they too will grow old and pass away while I remain the same, aged not by time, but by anguish. Agrippa channels Ware. Ware taught me from the other side. Trusted him with my true reason for my efforts, and still he insists on me releasing Agrippa. How an enlightened man can show such lack of compassion in a seat of power disgusts me. Can't bring myself to part from Agrippa as he is, and has been for centuries, my only link to the worlds beyond. Ware claims he tried his best to release me from my banishment, but that he needs me to give him Agrippa first, so he too can help. If he could create a guaranteed success, I would happily oblige, but how am I to part from him if my return might be denied? I know what they are capable of. I've seen their deception. Optimism is a most hopeless feeling, but I must retain it. I shall prepare for his release. To release Agrippa without killing him, Ware told me to feed him a tonic made of a paralyzer, vitae, tempter. Poisonous fungi should work as a paralyzer if I can find the internal gland from a large specimen. The choir seems to be a fertile ground for this sort. I should then be able to extract its contents with the proper tools. The vitae could be extracted as usual from any agonized human victim's blood. I just need large amounts to distill it properly. Remember to collect this during the next torture session. Tamper, on the other hand, will prove more difficult. I don't think it exists in this world. Really writing the word with these letters looks wrong. I believe it's property of the secretion of the water-dwelling Carnict. We'll have to inject Wayne our weakness, as he will have to supply him with a host. Also, a properly prepared well should suffice to contain it. Well, I've got one of those things. The other stuff I need is apparently a big part of a mushroom and blood. Which is all too common. Choir entrance. Okay, so we can go to the choir entrance. And these two other doors here.
Find her!
How are things coming?
Working on it.
Incredible. You found Vile's recipe. Then there might still be a chance. Listen carefully. Alexander is working on opening a gate, a door to another realm. It's where he wants to go. If you could put your anger aside, let him open the portal before you take your revenge. Let me pass the gate, Daniel. Please, find the ingredients that prepare the tonic Vile describes, and do so before you assemble the orb. The barrier keeping you from the inner sanctum will only be breached for a short time. Unless everything is taken care of before mending the orb, you won't be able to save me.
We'll see what happens. We have the choir, which is where there's also a mushroom apparently. We have the transept.
Dad, good to see you.
What do you want?
By me? I'm the next best thing. Alexander really wanted none other than Johann Reyer. You never heard of Johann Reyer? My God, boy. He's probably the greatest man in history. And you don't know him? Or is it the world who has forgotten him?
Never.
Reyer was my pupil. My pupil. Yes, I do take pride in that. Is it so wrong?
Anything else you want to say without...
I found a Mithraeum once, one which had not been plundered. Do you know Mithraeum? Well, I suppose it doesn't matter. It is an old faith, building temples out of caverns. The dark walls being the universe, and inside are its followers. Humans watching the sky slowly turn. But the followers do have one thing to allow them a real sense of connection to creation. The orbs.
Okay. Anything else? No? Done?
Not many orbs are left.
Okay.
They sometimes consume themselves, or break, then used by an uninitiated. I was lucky. The orb I found spared my life and returned to where I found it. I know because Alexander took it and brought it to Brandenburg. Vile was a brave man and dared to proceed where I did not. He unearthed a number of cavern temples and gathered a whole collection of orbs. But, unlike every other finder since the fall of the Mithraeum faith, he was able to unshackle the horror you and I connected with the orbs. He used them and was able to travel far and wide, beyond the world itself.
Okay. You done? You go now?
Me, powerful. Not the way I hoped for. I've done all that I can to escape this prison. But now, I use all my strength merely to stay alive.
I'm leaving. Don't know which one I want to go to, though. You have Transept, Choir, and Chant Cell, right?
Good to see
What do you want?
my pupil, Johann Weyer, said he found a way to take me with him beyond the stars. But I was too afraid to come along. Seriously. And now, all I can do is regret it.
Help her! Find a way!
Gone too far. The man was suffocating as he could no longer breathe properly between the lashes. Displeased, he started to look for the Damascus rose oil. Whatever that is. Well, this place looks like it sucks.
How much more, Baron? How much more am I supposed to withstand? Kill me already! Kill me!
This one. Prepare him.
Stop futzing with me camera. How many times can I say this? The kidnapper sat on her knees with her hands tied behind her back. She felt her hands being lifted and her body followed. Her shoulders gave way to the weight of her own body and cracked loudly. The suspended woman cried hysterically as the men contemplated her next step. Yeah, that would hurt. That would hurt lots. Picked up a piece of orb. Cool. Now I have this thing that makes me crazy that's in my inventory. Right? Because how dare I look upon something that's unknowable by human eyes? Chair fell. Is there any reason to do that? No? Maybe? No? Okay, let's put it back up top. Because, I don't know. Feels right. Luckily, it's green outside. Don't step on that. Alright, come on. Don't do that.
Let me go, you brute!
The cradle is ready.
Good.
You're a man! How can you partake in this?
Is he all right?
He is one of the wicked. Don't pay his lies any attention.
I'm not a bad man! It was an accident!
He set a man on fire.
It wasn't my fault! Why won't anyone listen?
That's horrible.
Of course. We are dealing with monsters here.
This is a really long corridor. I hate that a lot. Well, if the orb pieces are all this easy to find.
No, please! I'll do anything! Whatever you want! Anything! I'll do anything! I'm innocent!
Yeah, triangle things are scary. The arsonist kept crying as he was slowly lowered on and off the impaler. Didn't take much to break him. It meant for him to die, but the torture was working beyond their expectations. It wasn't the method, it was the arsonist. He was different from the others. It would make him forget again. There's no drain. That's unnecessary. The rapist hanged upside down, his tears sowed with blood flowing from his belly. The saw between his legs had lodged itself in the hip and wouldn't move any further. The man stepped back and waited for the victim to drain. There are other ways to do that. The blood needs a vessel. Got this jar. Blood cannot be reached. Find a way to lower the vessel. You're just making me do shit. Okay, we'll take out. Nope, the rope is fake. Because, of course it is. I know the blood's a solid object. Why wouldn't it be? So it's right there then. You could totally reach that. Can't interact with any of the rope. Alright, fine. Well, I found where the blood has to come from. I just need a way to get it. That's the big goo creature rumbling. And the goo creature is the least intimidating of any of the creatures. It's just kind of there. Every door is a pull door. This is maddening. String! Jar on string. Oh, God. Oh. Is it you, my love, I miss the most? Or is it perhaps myself? I know what I have become. I'm not blind. I'm a monster to them. Demonic sultan perched on a dark mountaintop. There's little I can do to redeem myself. The Black Eagle fears me, and after Napoleon is defeated, it is only a matter of time before they will demand my head on a platter. I will remove myself from this land. This time it must work. Can't return home now. Shall perish. Notes on torture. There are quite a few things to be said about torture. It figured that the reaction I would get from the victims would be highly individual. Thankfully, this is not the case. The humans all have a very similar approach to dealing with physical pain and the terror of anticipation. I can't stress enough the importance of restraining the victims before proceeding. Even the most timid creature can break out in fits of violence where their strength exceeds their expected prowess. If proper care has been put into breaking the victim, this should not be a problem, but it will also hinder the effect I'm after. The right steps to take are, therefore, restrain while the victim's still dazed, proceed by presenting the form of torture you're about to apply, and then continue with the actual act. The point of presentation is to infuse terror. The human mind is extremely efficient, as it will trigger itself into greater fear simply by imagining it. While applying pain, make sure to avoid massive damage as it will prove more efficient if the process can be sustained. Also, apply the pain in doses, if possible with breaks to let the body settle. If you are whipping or cutting a victim, strike once, wait for the pain to subdue, then strike again. As long as the body suffers, it will continue to produce the vitae and saturate the blood with its properties. When with careful performance will the victim yield maximum effect. If the victim doesn't behave as expected, it is likely that all will be for naught. Before this happens, feed them the amnesia drink, and try again later. I mean, truly awful, but it looks like it's something that, if you could just get one or two that were susceptible enough to the amnesia thing, like, that one guy, the arsonist, then that might be the only necessary source. Still awful, but only one awful instead of like 20. That said, you've probably got countless scores, right? This is the most unnecessary space I've seen in any room. Is this the one with the saw? Hello, rat. Yep. Okay, now I've got a jar with string. Jar of blood. Hopefully it doesn't matter how long the blood was there. Then again, the timeline on this game is kind of questionable. By kind of, I mean incredibly questionable. Back to the nave. The thick liquid spread across his tongue. He swallowed excessively to consume him every drop. He looked through the window at the widespread forest of the morning sun. Will this day ever end, he thought? Questionable. Hey, how's it going down there? Have a rock. Want another one? Here you go. Just dropping rocks on a water creature. Ignore me. Well, now I have blood.
You seem to have found all the wall pieces used in the transfer. Go to the choir and find the rest.
So in other words, there should be stuff that isn't in the choir.
I've always hoped Vaya would return and give me a second chance. But so does Alexander. That's why he keeps me here, as a hostage, hoping Vaya will reveal himself.
Well, you can wait for this guy I've never heard of all you want. Right now, it's just me. A chance out. Something died inside him that day. Watching that man slip away was more than his mind was willing to handle. You know what? I'll deal with this area later. I want to deal with monsters, they're scary. Carefully cutting the mat open made him think this is how Father must feel about this craft, being an artisan, relying on one's skill to perform something.
These cells are meant to hold prisoners who are under treatment. The people you send for will end up here. Remember that the confinement itself works as a preamble to the torture, and you should pace yourself. Don't take anyone before they are ready.
Understood.
Sounds from the torture chambers are shuttled in through those pipes in the ceiling. Manage your victims well, and let one prisoner's pain instill terror in his cellmate.
Ah, you again. You're a good boy, Daniel. And I appreciate your company. But I believe you have more important things to take care of.
I'm trying. But I got spooked by a monster thingy. Such filthy thought good men can safely cheer their departure as they are nothing but a burden to mankind. They shall not be missed. Little mean. I have a feeling that this area sucks.
15th of August, 1839. The blood wards are failing. The shadow beckons, and its cry disarms my actions. Hurry. No time to spare. You have to kill another. Alexander produces a knife. He wants me to cut the flesh. Do it. Save yourself. He is a murderer, Daniel. He is evil. A cold-blooded killer. Hurry. Alexander, you must let me be. I have to concentrate. Take the man, cut the lines, cut the flesh, watch the blood spill, let it come. Please, I didn't do anything. Take the man, cut the lines, paint the man, cut the lines. Please, the man cries. Now you see. I did well. One life for another. You hear me, guardian of the orb? I did all this for you. Now, once more, withdraw your shadow from my domain.
I don't have my lantern.
Alexander, there isn't much time. I can feel it. We must act swiftly. I will do whatever it takes.
I shut that door. Out there before? I don't think so.
Whatever it takes.
I feel like these are more collectibles than actual useful items. The men secured the prisoner, the ritual began. Wire main hall. The fury began to drown him again. He reached once more for the empty bottle of laudanum. In frustration, he smashed it against the bedpost. But the laudanum. I can't see. There's a lot of pillars.
What are my intentions, Daniel? Salvation. It used to be yours, but now you only seek misplaced revenge. justify your violence? Is it for the greater good? Are you doing the world a service?
Well, I haven't performed any violence yet, but it is absolutely questionable.
Caused all this pain and death.
Come on.
If you had accepted your fate and submitted to the orb when you first discovered it, none of this would have happened. It is curiosity in league with your selfishness that is killing us both.
You're trying to convince an amnesiac that you need to work with him. You don't sit there and start with it by being mean. Traditionally, people want friends. Oh, it's an orb piece. Sure, of course it is. Haven't even been looking for those. I probably missed one or two. Somehow, some way. Own. Why? You did what I wanted, but not how I wanted you to do it. That was way too forceful. I could have gotten seriously hurt. Speaking of, how am I doing? I'm fine. The forager stood absolutely still. The casket had been closed, but a faint light made its way inside. A myriad of spikes pointed at him, glittering as they waited for his body to slip just a moment. His knee jerked and he felt blood trickle down his leg. In pain, his head fell slightly forward. It took him a while to realize his eye had ruptured and begun to leak. I don't think that that's something that takes you a while. That's a squish and then badness. Just stay in this nice little area. Nothing can hurt me in here. Save for myself, but like, why would I do that? Hey, Laden. Is there another piece of the orb in here? Or does life just ring now? Life might just ring now. What color is this one? More red. Well, I don't think I can make that jump. It feels like there's something else in here, but I have no way to substantiate or disprove that claim. Outside of, you know, trying to find it. That feels unwise. I am never gonna find my way out of here. Well, no. If I go through a room, should ensure that I do in fact find my way out. Unless I fall in a hole. Then I'm screwed. Remember to look out for mushrooms. Like this one. Right? Why do I have to break a fucking... Sure. Poison gland. Poison gland, blood, thingy, what's it? Tonic must be made with care. Need to purify the blood first. How do I do that? How? Oh, it's a brass bowl. Because, fuck. Gotcha. That's kind of fucked up. The trader did not know what to think of the brass bowl as he was forced to enter it. Only when the heat of fire began to scorch his skin and cook his flesh did he realize it was to be his tomb. Screams of pain echoed inside the brass chamber and traveled through the complex instrument which was in the bull's head. Outside, the men could hear the brazen bull bellow. You could hear that just about wherever you were. What? At worst, it's just ghosts. Oh, is it locked now? Okay, sure. Here, I'll leave it vented for you. Just a little bit. That's not great. Well. You can't get to me if I can't leave, right? Hi, little skull. I'm stuck. No way out. I don't. I need to go left. Don't go left. God damn it. I'll just wait here. Stop it.
The wheel is good for keeping your victims still during the procedure. They can be bound around the circumference or simply stretched across, tying limbs to the spokes and rim. All tools are by this point useful, and you may administer the torture in any way you like. But the forte of the wheel is the gaps. When you have decided that the victim shall die, you can smash their limbs with a hammer, making them fold in between the frame.
But they'll die. Too quickly, I mean.
No, don't worry. The human body is much more resilient. They can survive for days until they finally succumb.
But then they make a bone wheel. Bone wheels suck. One, two, three, four, five, six. I have all the orb. murderer's limbs were tied to the spokes of the wheel. They turned the wheel slowly but with intent, so the rope secured around his legs stretched and cracked the bone. He no longer had the strength to scream. The two men looked at each other knowingly and took a hammer and struck the victim's chest in a final act of mercy. I'm sure you could have done that some other way. Jesus, that's a big error. Make it move. At one point, this is exactly the kind of game that would want me to move this for no obvious reason. That would then solve something. On the other hand, I don't really want to. Let's just keep going through here. Hopefully old Stumpy won't be too mad at me. And know where I am. I haven't remade the orb yet. So hopefully I'm fine. And I still can go and purify the blood and mix the things appropriately. Hopefully. Well, if he goes that way, I'm just gonna go this way. Hopefully I'm not missing anything. This area is too big for me to be able to tell if there's anything in the center areas. Where'd that come from? Why are you in the rafters? Can you tell me? Fine then. Keep your secrets. Back to the entrance. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. I hope. Really hope. I have absolutely no idea where to use this blood. No, I have it. But that's all I got. I haven't seen a blood fountain. We saw one enemy, so we know they're real. That's all we got.
I see you have all the orb pieces you need. I know I have no right to ask anything of you. But if you could find it in your heart to gather the ingredients for Wire's tonic before attempting to mend the orb, there might still be a chance for you to save me. Please, my fate is in your hands.
I have the tonic, but I don't know how to make it. Can you tell me? Please?
I see you have all the ore pieces you need.
No, you're just gonna repeat
I know
things?
I have no right to ask anything of you. But if you could find it in your heart to gather the ingredients for Vaya's tonic before attempting to mend the ore, there might still be a chance for you to save me. Please, my fate is in your hands.
And I have the stuff. What do I gotta do with it? Don't repeat your dialogue. Tell me answers. Please? Just for me?
You have all the ore pieces you need. I know I have no right to ask anything of you.
Or not.
But if you could find it in your heart to gather the ingredients for Vaya's tonic before attempting to mend the ore, there might still be a chance for you to save me. Please, my fate is in your hands.
Alright. Guess I'm just gonna go to this area without crafting the damn thing and see what happens. Might actually get chased by a monster too. That's a thing about this game, right? Then again, I'm just kind of trying really hard not to be chased, so it kind of makes sense.